Mechanical method, that means there are certain mechanical equipment that is used to measure the entry time and the exit time of employees. Labor cost means what? It is all the type of benefits payable to an employee for the purpose of rendering a service in an organization. The managers or the higher authority, they will get to know what is the job he has completed and what is the time that he has taken to complete that work. One, it is based on the time they have worked. Another one, it is based on the piece, that is the number of unit that is manufactured by the each worker. Hello dear student, welcome to the session. My name is Kapamdi, faculty in the Department of Commerce, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysore. So we are discussing fundamentals of cost accounting for second semester BCom. So today we are starting with the fourth unit, so that is labor cost. So till now we have seen what is the cost sheet, what are the various elements in the cost sheet, and in the previous unit we have discussed about the one of the main element in your cost sheet, that is the material cost. So the second element in your cost sheet that we have, it is all about the labors or the total direct wages or the labor charges. So for any manufacturing business or manufacturing factories, so when they have the material to go for the productions, if they don't have the employees or the people to work on it, so that means they can't go with the production process. So the second main important element required for the productions of any product or doing any services, it is the labor charges or the employees. So any cost or the charges which is paid to the employees for rendering their services, so that we call it as a labor cost. So here in the fourth unit you have the different methods for calculating the labor cost or the total cost paid to the employees. So that we are going to learn in this unit. So in the today's sessions, we are going to discuss about what is labor cost, what are the attendance procedures that is maintained, and here we have the two methods of wage payment. One, it is the time rate system, and another one, it is the piece rate system, and also the different methods that is given to calculate the total wage. So that is the Halsey's and the Rowan's method of total wage calculation. So that we are going to solve the problem under this method. So here, these three are the theoretical part. Sometimes you can expect in examinations what are the time rate system or the method of time payment, and also the piece rate system, what are the methods. And here we are going to solve the problems under Halsey's and Rowan's premium plan. So how to calculate the total wages. So this topic you can expect for either for 10 marks or for 5 marks in your examination. So here first we'll see the meaning of labor cost. So here labor cost, it is also known as employee cost. So the labor cost means it is the payment made to the employees for rendering their services in any business. So the labor cost means whatever the total remunerations in the form of wages or the bonus or the incentives or any kind of payment that is made to the employees for rendering their services or for doing the services. So that we call it as a labor cost. So one definition, so the labor cost is defined by the Cost Accounting Standard 7. So here Cost Accounting Standard 7 defines labor cost as the employee benefit. So the paid or payable in all the forms of consideration. So it is the benefit paid to the employees in all the forms of considerations, be it a wage or the incentives or the overtime payment or even the bonus, all the type of benefit, even some of the medical benefits or any kind of consideration, it is paid to the employees. So given for the service rendered by that employees, for the purpose of the service rendered by that employees, including all the types of employees or the laborers, even the full-time workers or the temporary or the part-time or even the contract employees of an entities. So that means labor cost means what? It is all the type of benefits payable to an employee for the purpose of rendering a service in an organization. So here the employee means it includes all time, maybe the part-time workers, full-time workers or the contract-based workers. So all the type of workers, whatever the benefit it is paid or the consideration is paid to them, so that we call it as a labor cost. So this definition it is given or it is mentioned in the Cost Accounting Standard 7. So that defines the labor cost as the total benefit or all the type of consideration is payable to the employee for the purpose of rendering the services in an organization. So that we call it as a labor cost. So then we have attendance procedure. So attendance procedure in labor cost accounting refers to the systematic way of recording and monitoring the presence, absence and working hours of employee so that wages and salaries can be calculated accurately. So attendance procedure means what? Simply, what is the employee's entry time, exit time, how much time the employees they are engaged in the work. So recording of all these details accurately or systematically, that will help to calculate the salaries or the wages. So it can be calculated with the proper timings or with the proper manner. So the attendance procedure means what? It is the exact or the accurate recording of all the employees' presence and their absence, and also what is the exact working hours of that employees in a organization. So that we call it as a attendance procedure. So it ensures that only the actual time worked by the labor is considered in costing. So in cost accounting or the cost accounting department, what is the employee's exact time or the actual time they are engaged in working? So that will be considered while the calculating the labor cost. So whatever the methods or the time rate system or the piece rate system that we have, so it will be considered based on what exactly the employees working hours in a factory. So based on that working hours, the wages or the salaries or the remunerations will be paid to the workers. So that will be considered in the cost accounting. So what are the attendance procedures? Here two systems that we have. One, it is time recording. So under the attendance proceedings, here we'll recorded all the times, that is the employees when they entered the factories or what the employees working hours or engaged in the working in the factory. All that will be considered under the time recording procedure. So here time recording means it is maintaining an accurate record of the time spent by each worker in the factory. So it is the exact recording of the time of each employees, what is the time they have spent in the factory, and distinguish between the regular time and overtime. So when these times are recorded accurately, they can find out, they can differentiate what is the time they have actually worked and if any employee here, whether they have done any overtime work. So all these we call it as a time recording. So there are two phases of time recording. One, it is a time keeping, and another one, it is the time booking. So here two concept of time recording that we have. One, it is the time keeping, and another one, it is time booking. What is time keeping here? So the time keeping means correct recording of employees' entry time to the factory and the exit time. It is also known as gate time keeping. So time keeping means what? What is an employee's or a labor is entry time into the factory, and what is his exit time. So recording of these entry and exit time, so that we call it as a time keeping. So it is also known as gate time keeping. So here it is a system of recording the time of arrival and the departure of an employee or any workers in any organizations. What is the arrival time and what is the departure time of that worker in that organization. So that recording of that time is what that we call it as a time keeping. So what are the methods to record the arrival time and departure time of employees? So one, it is the manual method, where the traditional method where they will be using the manual power to record the entry time and exit time of the worker. So one, it is here we have attendance register method, where the detailed attendance that will be maintained whenever an employee is entering to the factory, he will be signed, and whenever he goes, so he will sign. So that is the attendance register method. Then token or the disc method. So where each employees are given with a special token. So whenever he enters into a factory, he will be giving that token, and whenever he leaves the factory, so the token will be taken back. So what is his time of entry and exit, that will be recorded when he submits the token. So that is another method, token or the disc method. Then mechanical method, that means there are certain mechanical equipment that is used to measure the entry time and the exit time of employees. So here we have time recording clock, so or the punch card system. So there will be a clock that will be set up whenever the employee enters, so that automatically will capture his entry time. Whenever an employee leaves, so that also will be catched by that clock. So that is the time recording clock. Then dial time recorder. So there will be dial machines that will be fixed in any entrance of any factory. So whenever an employee enters or the exit, so that time will be recorded. Then the modern method or the electronic method. So they wear these electronic gadgets. So that will be used to record the entry time and the exit time. So here one, it is the biometric attendance system, where the biometric machines that will be installed at the entrance of the factory. So wherever the employee enters, he will be doing his fingerprints through the face recognition, his entry time and exit time that will be recorded. Then the smart card or the swipe card system, where each employees, they will have the smart card whenever they will be entering, so that card will be swiped, so automatically his entry time is recorded, and whenever he leaves, when he swipes the card, so at that time his exit time is maintained. So that is the electronic or the modern method that we have to record the time or the entry time or the exit time of the employees. So then we have the time booking. So whereas timekeeping, it will record only the entry time and the exit time, where the time booking means it will record what exactly each worker has spent his time in working in the factory. So that recording of that, we call it as a time booking. So time booking means recording the time spent by each worker on each work or the job or the process or operations or any other indirect work, as well as idle time. So here time booking, what happens, what is the exact time that an employee is engaged in any particular work, maybe in any process or any job or any operations, or what is his idle time, that is the time that way he does not work in the factory. So the recording of all these, so that we call it as a time booking. So what are the methods of recording this time booking? So one, it is the daily time sheet or the job card or the time card. So here what happens, each employees, they will be allotted with one job sheet or the job card, where he mentions what is the work he has done and what is the time he has taken to complete that work. So that method that we have, it is the daily time sheet method. And then we have the job card. So that means for a separate job or for each job, separate card will be issued, and whenever he completes the work, all that details will be written in that job card. So that the managers or the higher authority, they will get to know what is the job he has completed and what is the time that he has taken to complete that work. So that we have it as the job card method. Then the piece work card. So sometimes when the payment is based on the number of unit produced, so for each unit they will be given with a card. So in that card they will mention what is the time they have taken to complete the production or complete the work, and what is the unit they have produced. So that is the piece card method. And the labor cost card or the combined time and the job card. So overall, to record what is the time they have taken and what is the portion of work that they have completed, to record that, they will have that separate labor card. So that in that card they will mention all the details. So these are the method that is used to record the exact time spent by each employees in an organizations. So during his working hours, what is the time of his actual work and what is the idle time. So all that will be recorded under the time booking system. So next we have the method of wage payment. So how to pay how to make the payment to the workers. So there are mainly two ways, or the two system or the two method of wage payment. Either one, it is based on the time they have worked. Another one, it is based on the piece, that is the number of unit that is manufactured by each worker. So here important two system that we have. One, it is the time rate system, and another one, it is the piece rate system. So here method of wage payment, here one main type that we have, it is the time rate system. Another thing it is that we have, it is the piece rate wage payment. So now we'll see what is time rate system. So under the system, wages are paid according to the time spent by the worker in the factory, or not the quantity of output. So under time rate system, what happens? The employees, they'll get paid according to the time what they spend in the factory and not on the output. So that is what is the number of unit produced by them. So they will get payment only based on the what is the time they have spent in the factory. So based on that, the payment will be made. So that we call it as a time rate system. So here workers are paid on hourly basis. That means per hour. For example, for 1 hour work, maybe rupees 30 or 50. So just an example. So that is the amount they are fixing for 1 hour work. So that we call it as a time rate system. Then we have a piece rate system where the payment is based on the number of unit produced or the number of output what they have produced. So the payment will be made. So here under the system, wages are paid on the basis of the number of articles or the unit produced by the worker. So under piece rate system, what happens? The employees are get paid based on what is the unit that they produce or what is the articles that they have produced in a factory. For example, for 1 unit of product, or if they produce 1 unit of product, maybe rupees 100 is the payment. So this is the piece rate system that we have while fixing the payment to the workers. So then we have the important incentives plans. So that is along with the payment of the wages, there will be certain incentives given to the workers. So how to calculate that incentives? So there are certain methods that says how to calculate these incentives that is payable to the workers. So that is the important types of incentive system. So there are 2 important methods. So that is given. One, it is the Halsey's premium plan, and another one, it is the Rowan's plan. So under Halsey's premium plan, so this system was introduced by F.A. Halsey, an engineer of America in 1891. So this is one of the oldest method of wage payment. So under the Halsey's, so where it is given by the F.A. Halsey, an engineer of America. So under his, how to calculate the wages. So he has given one formula. So your total wage is equal to what is hours worked into rate per hour. So first section it is what is the actual hours worked by worker into the rate. What is the amount they are giving for 1 hour work. So that is one section, hours worked into rate per hour. Plus, so the bonus will be or the incentives will be given to the worker. How to calculate that incentives? So for that, so your incentives it is half of that is 1/2 of hours saved into rate per hour. So this will be the bonus part. So this is the wages, basic wage based on what is the hours we has worked and into rate per hour. Suppose if any worker has completed the work before the given time, so that time he will get the incentive. Okay, so how to calculate that incentive? That is 1/2, half of hours saved into rate per hour. So this is the incentive calculation. So that is the formula he used to calculate the total wages. So that means simple, under Halsey's plan, your total wage is equal to hours worked into rate per hour plus then the bonus calculation, that is half of hours saved into rate per hour. So that is the bonus calculation. So you will get the total wages. So now how to calculate the hours saved? So simple, if a worker has given a standard time, for example, 10 hours are given to complete a task. But if that worker has completed the task, for example, in 8 hours he completed the work. So here difference it is the 2 hours. So this is the hours saved. For this hours saved, he will get the incentives or the bonus. So that is the formula he has given to calculate the total wages under Halsey's plan. So in the same way, we have another system of wage payment, that is the Rowan's plan. So how to calculate the total wages under Rowan's plan? See here, this incentive system was introduced by James Rowan of Scotland. Under this system, bonus is also paid on the time saved. So he also says that the bonus is paid to the workers based on the hours saved or the time saved by the worker. So how to calculate the wages here? So total wages is equal to first section, hours worked into rate per hour, that is same, plus your bonus is paid based on the proportion of hours saved on the standard time. So that means your bonus is paid or bonus is calculated by hours saved divided by standard time into hours worked into rate per hour. So this is the formula he uses to calculate the total wages. So here important 2 calculations that we have. One, it is the Halsey's plan, and another one it is the Rowan's plan. So in both the method, how to calculate the total wages. So for that we will solve some problems here. See the first illustration 1. Calculate the total remuneration, that is you need to calculate the total wages payable under Halsey's plan and under Rowan's plan. So we need to calculate the total wages under both the incentive method, that is under Halsey's and Rowan's plan. So what are the details that we have? So here's the standard time given, that is to complete the task. The standard time fixed, it is 48 hours. And then we have the time taken. So that means what is the actual time taken or the actual hours worked by the employee, it is 42 hours. And the time rate, it is rupees 60. So we have the standard time. Standard time, it is 48 hours. And then we have time taken. Time taken means what? It is the hours worked. Hours worked the employee, it is 42 hours. And then we have time rate. So that is the rate per hour. Rate per hour, it is rupees 60. So we have these details, and then from this we can easily calculate what is hours saved. Hours saved. So that is your standard time 48 hours. Hours saved is equal to standard time 48 minus hours worked, it is 42. So what is time saved by the each worker? It is 48 standard time minus actual hours worked, it is 42. So the time saved, it is 6 hours. So this is the details first we have. So from these details, we'll calculate the total wage under Halsey's and then under Rowan's. So we'll see the solution part. First we'll calculate under Halsey's premium plan. Halsey's plan. So under Halsey's plan, your total wage formula, total wage is equal to hours worked into rate per hour. Rate per hour. So this is the first section. The basic wage calculation. What is the exact hours you worked? That is hours worked into rate per hour. Plus, he will get the bonus on the time saved. So, plus here bonus calculation, that is half of hours saved into rate per hour. Rate per hour. So, this is the bonus part calculation. So, now we'll see what is hours worked. So, here hours worked, it is 42 hours. So, hours worked, it is 42 hours into rate per hour. What is rate? So, rate per hour, it is 60. So, rupees 60. So, this is the basic wage he will, or the guaranteed wage he will get. Plus, he will get the bonus. So, this is the bonus part. He will get the bonus on half of time saved or hours saved. So, here time saved, it is 6 hours. So, he will get the bonus for that 6 hours into rate per hour, it is rupees 60. So, now we will go for the simplification. 42 hours into 60. So, 42 into 60, it is 2520 plus half of 6 into 60. 6 into 60 divided by 2. Your bonus he is going to get, it is 180. So, his total wage. So, therefore, total wage is equal to 2520 plus 180. So, his total wage, it is 2700. So, this is his total wage under Halsey's plan. So, his basic wage for time he has worked, it is 2520 plus he will get the bonus for the time saved. So, that is half of time saved is 6 into per hour rate, it is 60. So, your bonus, it is 180. So, under Halsey's plan, his total wage, it is 2700. So, for the same details, now we will apply the Rowan's formula. So, next we will calculate under Rowan's plan. Under Rowan's plan, so your total wage formula, wage is equal to, first your basic wage calculation, that is hours worked into rate per hour. Rate per hour. So this is the basic wage calculation. Plus he will get the bonus. How to calculate the bonus under Rowan's? So bonus, it is your hours saved divided by standard time into hours worked into rate per hour. Rate per hour. So how to calculate the bonus under Rowan's plan here? So the bonus, it is hours saved divided by standard time into hours worked into rate per hour. So we will get the bonus. So here, what is the hours worked? Same details. Hours worked, it is 42 hours, and the rate per hour, it is 60. So 42 hours into rate, it is rupees 60, plus what is hours saved? So saved, it is 6, standard time, it is 48. So hours saved, it is 6, standard time, it is 48, into hours worked. Hours worked, it is 42 hours, into rate per hour, it is 60. So now we'll go for the simplification. 42 into 60, so that is 2,520. So this is his basic wage, plus the bonus is calculated on the hours saved, that is 6 divided by 48 into 42 into 60. His bonus, it is 315. So this is the bonus he is going to get because of the time saved. Then the total wage is equal to 2,520 plus 315. So his total wage, it is equal to 2,835. So this is his total wage, 2,835 under Rowan's plan. So the same question under Halsey's plan, his total wage, it is 2,700. If Rowan's plan is applied, his total wage, it is 2,835. So this is how we need to solve a simple problems where we are calculating the total wage under Halsey's and Rowan's. So then we'll go for another question. See here, from the following details, calculate the total wages earned under Halsey's plan and under Rowan's plan for both the worker. So here we have two workers, that is A and B. We have two workers. For each worker, we need to calculate the total wage. So what are the details that we have? See, the basic wage rate per hour, it is 20. So that means here rate, it is for both the worker, it is rupees 20. For both the worker, it is same. Then what is unit produced? Here unit produced by A. So the number of unit produced by A, it is 2,400. Then here unit produced by B, it is 2,600. So this is the additional information that we have. So here in the questions, they have given what is the unit produced by both the worker, that is given. So then here time allowed. Time allowed means what? It is the standard time given for the worker. For 100 units, it is 2 hours 30 minutes. So that means the standard time given for each worker to produce 100 units, it is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So that means what? The time allowed for the worker to manufacture or to produce 100 units, the time given, it is 2 hours 30 minutes. So what is the unit produced? It is 2,400 by A, then 2,600 by B. So for that, what is the standard time that we need to calculate? So here in this question, we don't have the standard time directly, but we need to calculate that one. See here, the standard time calculation. First, we'll do for worker A. See the time allowed. So, for 100 unit, to produce 100 units, the time given, it is 2 hours 30 minutes. So, here we'll convert it for the total minutes because additional 30 minutes we have. So, here 2 hours 30 minutes means what? Total minutes it is 60 plus 60 plus 30. Total 150 minutes. Okay, here for 100 unit, so the total time given it is 150 minutes. So, what is the unit produced by A? It is 2400 unit. So, for 2400 units, what is the time required? So, that we need to do the cross multiplication. So, see here, for 2400 into 150 divided by 100. So, here the total you are getting 3600 minutes. So, now this minutes will convert into hours. So, here 3600 minutes divided by 60 minutes, we will get 60 hours. This is the standard time for worker A. So, for the worker A, the standard time we need to calculate. The same, simple, for 100 units of production, he takes 2 hours 30 minutes or he needs 2 hours 30 minutes. Suppose if we had only 2 hours, then here also we can take directly hours calculations we can do. That is for 100 units, 2 hours. For 2400 units, how many hours? But here we have additional 30 minutes. That's why the whole time we are converting into minutes. So, for 100 units, it is 150 minutes. For the total unit produced by A, it is 2400 units. What is the standard time? So, cross multiplication, 2400 into 150 divided by 100, we will get 3600 minutes. Then we will convert for hour. So, that is 3600 minutes divided by 60 minutes. So, we are getting the standard time. It is for A, it is 60 hours. The same way we will calculate for B also. See, now we will calculate for B. So, the standard time for 100 unit, the time allowed it is 150 minutes. And what is the B's production unit here? It is 2000. So, for 2600 units, what is the time required cross multiplication? So, this standard time 150 minutes, it is same for both the worker, but A, he produced 2400 units and B, he produced 2600 units. So, now we will do the cross multiplication, that is 2600 into 150 divided by 100. So, the time allowed for the B, it is 3900 minutes. So, divided by 60, so the standard time 3900 total minutes. So, divided by 60 minutes, so the standard time it is 65 hours. So, the standard time given for B, it is 65 hours. And then we have the time taken for A, it is 50 hours and for B, it is 60 hours. That is the hours worked by each worker. So, from these details, first we will calculate the total wages under Halsey's plan. So, first under Halsey's plan. So, first we will write the formula. Total wage is equal to hours worked into rate per hour plus your bonus, it is half of hours saved into rate per hour. Rate per hour. So, first we will calculate for A and then we will calculate for B. So, first we will see the A's information. See, what is the hours worked by A? So, the time taken or the time worked by A, it is 50 hours and the rate per hour, it is 20. So, 50 hours into rate, it is 20. So, this is the wage calculation plus bonus. Half of time saved. What is hours saved? So, hours saved for A, it is the standard time minus actual time. So, what is the standard time for A? It is 60 minus actual time taken, it is 50 hours. So, hours saved, it is 10 hours. So, half of 10 hours into rate per hour, it is 20. So, we will go for simplification. 50 into 20, it is 1000 plus half of hours saved, that is 10 into 20 divided by 2, it is 100. So total wage for A under Halsey's, it is 1,100. So under Halsey's plan for worker A, the total wages it is 1,100. In the same way, we'll calculate for B also. So the total wage is equal to, what is the hours worked by B? See, the hours worked by B, it is 60 hours into rate per hour, that is same for both the worker. Rate per hour, it is 20 plus half of time saved. So what is hours saved for B? So the B's standard time, it is, we have calculated 65 hours minus hours worked, it is 60. So 65 minus 60. So hours saved for B, it is 5 hours. So for this 5 hours, he will get the payment of rupees 20 per hour. So now we'll go for simplification. 60 into 20. It is 1,200 plus 5 into 20 divided by 2, it is 50. So 1,200 plus 50, 1,250. So for the worker B, under Halsey's plan, your total wage, it is 1,250. So 1,200 is the basic wage, plus he is getting bonus of half of time saved. So your time saved, it is standard time 65 minus actual time taken, it is 60. So the time saved, it is 5 hours on that into 20 divided by 2. So you will get the bonus. So this is the wage calculations under Halsey's plan for both the worker. The same, then we'll calculate under Rowan's plan. So Rowan's plan formula, total wage is equal to hours worked into rate per hour, this is same, plus he will get the bonus based on hours saved divided by standard time into hours worked. So this is how they'll calculate the bonus under Rowan's plan, that is hours saved divided by standard time into hours worked into rate per hour, So now we'll calculate first for A and then for B. So first for A, what is hours worked? See, hours worked, it is 50 into rate per hour, it is same for 20 plus your bonus calculation, hours saved. See, for A, hours saved, it is 10 hours divided by, what is the standard time given? The standard time for A, it is 60 into hours worked, it is same 50 into rate per hour, it is 20. So now we'll go for simplification. Here 50 into 20, it is 1000 plus 10 into 50 into 20, 10 into 50 into 20 divided by 60. So your bonus, it is 166.67. So his total wage 1,166.67. It is his wages under Rowan's plan. Now same will do it for B also. So what is the hours worked by B? See the here, hours worked by B, it is 60 hours. 60 hours into rate per hour saved for both the worker, that is 20 plus what is hours saved for B, hours saved here we have calculated, it is 5 divided by standard time. So what is the standard time for B? It is 65 into hours worked, it is 60 into rate per hour, it is 20. So here 1,200 plus, so then we'll calculate the bonus part, 5 into 60 into 20 divided by 65. So your bonus amount, it is 92.31 is the bonus amount. So his total wage comes to 1,292.31. It is his total wages under Rowan's plan. So this is how we'll calculate the total wages for both the worker. So in this question, one thing additional calculation that we had, it is the standard time calculation. So in the question standard time, it is not given directly, but based on the unit produced. So that we need to calculate. So that's why we have done the calculation here. Standard time for 100 units of manufacturing, it is 2 hours 30 minutes, because here 30 minutes it is given in a minutes. That's why here whole time we are converting into the minutes. 2 hours 30 minutes means total minutes comes to 150. So for 100 units, if it is 150 minutes, he's produced total 2400 minutes. How much? We need to do the cross multiplication. So if you do that, then we'll get the standard time allowed for the standard time given for the workers. So this is the question where the two workers, the complete total wage calculation. So this is all about the today's session. So in the next session, we are going to discuss about the piece rate system, where the payment is based on the number of unit produced. So here what we have seen, so that is based on the hours worked, that is the time rate system. In the next session, we are going to discuss about how to calculate the wages under piece rate system. So I hope you all understood the today's session, how to calculate the total wages under HALSES and premium, and we all meet in the next session. Thank you.